Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We've got a really important Somali language video for you guys today. So, what is it all about? It's about saying, how are you? Obviously, this is one of the first phrases that you ever have to say whenever you learn any language. And just like most things in Somali, there's loads of different ways of saying this in Somali. So, I'm going to go over maybe 5 of the most common ways that I've heard of saying, how are you in Somali. The first one is very closely translated to English, and it is sidee, tahay. Sidee, tahay. Sidee, tahay. And that literally means, sidee means how, tahay, are you. Sidee, tahay. So that's good to be our first one. Our second one is fiican, tahay. Fiican, tahay. Fiican, tahay. And ma is like a question word. Fiican means good. There are 2 main words for good in Somali. There's fiican and wanaagsan, but usually when you hear it in this expression, it's fiican, tahay. Fiican, tahay. So ma is like a question word. Fiican, good. Tahay, you. Are you good? Fiican, tahay is another way of saying how are you. Another one that I wanted to go over is Iska Warran. Iska Warran. That means Iska Warran means give news. Give me news about it. Warran, I think, means news. You can say I warran. Tell me, give me news about it. I warran. You hear Somalis say that quite often. Iska Warran. And the fourth one that I wanted to go over with you was one that I've mentioned in a previous video. Is an expression that I really like, saying nabad ba. Nabad ba means is it peace. Nabad ba. Is it peace? Nabad obviously means peace. If you want to see my nabad ba video, then I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And the last one that I wanted to share with you guys is one that I really like. I use this all the time, and it closely translates to something a bit slang in English, which I quite like about it, and that's Maxaad, sheegtay. Maxaad, sheegtay. Maxaad is a question word as well. It means it's a question about you. Sheegtay. The verb sheeg means to say something. Sheeg means to say. Maxaad, sheegtay is sort of, what did you say? What are you saying? It's like in English when we say what are you saying. It's really slang. I don't know if you guys have that slang as well in the US or in Canada or in other English-speaking countries. I don't know if you have that slang, but here in the UK, sometimes people could say like, what are you saying? That kind of means how are you, and that's sort of what the expression Maxaad, sheegtay in Somali is. So when you ask somebody that question, obviously you need to know how to respond to it as well in case they ask that question to you. So here's a really good rule. A way to respond to any of these questions is waan, nabad. That means peace, or just nabad. If someone says to you, Maxaad, sheegtay, what are you saying? You can say, nabad. Or if someone says, sidee, tahay, how are you? You can say, waan, nabad. It's peace. Waan, nabad. It is peace, or just nabad, peace. So that's a good rule. That's kind of a one-size-fits-all, nabad. You can say in response to pretty much all of those. Another way to say I am good, waan, fiican, ahay. Waan, fiican, ahay. Just how we said fiican, tahay, are you good? You can have waan, fiican, ahay. That means I am good. Also, just as I said before, that fiican and wanaagsan are both words for the word good. You can say waan, wanaagsan, ahay. Waan, wanaagsan, ahay. Or you can say waan, fiican, ahay. You can use both of those words for the term good to mean I am good. And then I was going to share 2 more with you, which are these are a bit more advanced. You can show off with these a little bit, because they're not difficult to learn, they're not difficult to remember, just keep practicing them so they're just on the tip of your tongue so that you can say them. One of them is wala wanaagsan yahay. This means sort of one is well. It's like saying wala wanaagsan yahay. It's like saying one is well. It's sort of speaking about yourself in the third person, which is a bit more high register. Like when I first started learning Somali, from one of the books that I read, that was the first thing it taught me. So someone came up to me, someone who was from the south, and they just spoke like a dialect of Somali, and they came up to me and they're like, fiican, tahay, wala wanaagsan yahay. Is a little bit more. It's a little bit more sort of high register, but it's a nice one to know. Wala wanaagsan yahay. Also, I'm going to do another separate video, I think, on this next word because it's a really beautiful word. There's a word in Somali which is barwaaqo. Barwaaqo, which means it's usually referred to like abundance or joy. Like if a farmer has really successful crops and grows like an abundant amount of vegetables and food, and there's rain, and you know his land has produced a lot of food and a lot of wealth. This is barwaaqo. This is what barwaaqo is. So you can say, if someone asks you how you are, you can say waan barwaaqaysan ahay, waan barwaaqaysan ahay, waan barwaaqaysan ahay. Barwaaqaysan is the adjective in there. That's how you're describing yourself as. Barwaaqaysan. So waan barwaaqaysan ahay. That means, you know, I'm flourishing. I'm doing really well. I'm flourishing. Waan barwaaqaysan ahay. So if someone comes to you and says, ma fiican tahay, waan barwaaqaysan ahay. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know there's a lot to go over in that, but make some notes. I'll leave all of these phrases in the description below. So write them down, make a note of them, practice them over a few times, practice them with your Somali friends and stuff as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and share it if you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.